privacy, I'll keep it hush, hush. I'll stay down low for you. I like when it's just you and me, I'll keep it hush, 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 baby. Hey guys, it's Courtney
and Lex,
and you're listening to The Pleasure's All Yours. Yes. We are here to encourage sexual liberation within the Black and queer community, and this is just a space for us to learn and chat about all things fucking pleasure.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, the pleasure really is
all yours.
It's
baby.
All yours, bitch.
It's all yours.
So, if you're not familiar with our podcast, we usually start it off with a little catch up of our daily lives. And I just feel like, based on the voice memos I've been getting, guys, that it was a pretty juicy weekend for the both of us. Or
literally juicy.
A juicy week for the both of us, the last 7 days, honestly. Yeah. And so I just wanted to check in with you, mentally, emotionally, sexually.
Yeah. Mentally, emotionally, I'm good.
Okay.
Waiting for my happy pills to get here, bitch, because they're late.
Okay, that's so important.
But that's it. But other than that, my week was pretty good. I worked, and there was a little bit of drama towards the end, but that's all right. But I was getting fucked like my life depended on it, and that's really what matters here.
Yeah, that is what matters.
It's the beginning of the year, and
that'll make you feel better about all like the things going on from the day to day. If you're really getting fucked.
And while I already feel like sexy, it's just nice to see how much people want to fucking eat me up.
Yes.
It's always nice to see that.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I've actually been fucking with more cisgendered men than usual. And I'm going to be open and honest.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Because a bitch likes dick every now and then. I've said that before. Okay.
Stop. This is the moment.
I've definitely said that here before. Yeah, a bitch likes dick every now and then, and one of them is my favorites, and another one is a rather new dick on the roster. But if he stay off my nerves, he might stay, because that's
it might be a permanent addition to the roster.
Boy, that's some dick right there.
Okay. What's in the air right now?
What is in the air? Like, literally.
I think I would say the same thing, It's like, I've been having some good sex this week. I went out on a date, and that one was really fun. We grabbed drinks, and it just kind of turned into us going back to their place and, like, having a really nice makeout session.
Love it.
And I just really feel like making out is a lost form.
Yeah.
I think it was lost upon me. Like, I haven't done it in so long that I forgot how fucking amazing, like, just making out and then having to leave. Like, I had to work later that day, so I was like, let me just go home and, get ready for work. Mm-hmm. And so I couldn't do anything. But I tell you, when I was walking down them stairs from the apartment, my legs were slippering. Yeah. I was so wet. Oh my God.
Love it.
Man. And like, this person is kind of new. I mean, I don't want to say new. They're old and then they're new again. Like, we had a little misunderstanding. Mm-hmm. And so I had to leave them in the dust. But then I saw them on New Year's at the club, and we kind of just restarted, I would say. And I'm
clean slate.
Yeah. And I'm really fucking weedy. Like, I was hanging out again last night, and I was really fucking weedy. Like, they were just giving me the energy I needed. Mm-hmm. And they have a really big dick that comes with them. And I had to take that shit. And if you know me, I'm not into the big dicks.
But you took it like a champ,
I did. And, like, I just really liked how patient they were. And, like, they were telling me how good I was doing. And at the end, it was very affirming. I was just like, wow.
I can do anything.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I was like, wow, I can do anything. And I just kept thinking of you. And I was like, wow, perfect. Lex would be so proud of me.
I just want to let you know I was spiritually giving you a round of applause.
Good.
With my
I could feel it. Yes, I could feel it. You were right there in the corner of the room. I said, something is giving me a second wind right now.
It was me.
So I love that. And then I also went out with one of my friends, and we went to fucking Red River out of all the places we could have gone.
Okay.
I'd never been there before, even though I went to Texas Tech, and I know a lot of people that go to Red River.
Okay.
It was fucking fun, okay? Let me tell y'all. The drinks are pretty cheap.
Okay.
The music is country music and a little bit of like yeah, it's really just country music there. But
you know, sometimes they might throw a little ethnic song.
They do, yeah. It's at the last hour they play like rap and hip hop and stuff. But when we were there, the majority of it they were playing country music, and like I don't know if I was drunk or what else I was on, but I was enjoying my fucking self. And like I realized that I've been saying white people can't dance. They can. They just need to dance to their own music.
They need to dance the way white people dance.
They were gliding across the dance floor, you guys. I don't know if you've ever been to Red River, but it's a big circle, basically in the middle. And they're like, they move. It's like a roller rink. Like you move around. You don't just stand and dance.
Is it like line dancing kind of thing?
They do line dancing sometimes, but it's mostly just people dancing, like couples dancing. But the way that they dance is so cool. They just be twirling each other around and dipping and all this crazy shit. And they be doing it while they move around. Like, it's just so cool. I was like, this shit is fun. And like when I was going out there and trying to dance, I was just having a really good time.
I love that.
And I didn't feel too uncomfortable. There's a lot of black girls there with their white friends. And it was fun. I fuck with it. So I'm not that I would go all the time, but I really had a good time, and it ended with some really good dick, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
So I've had a really nice week.
I love that. Yes.
I don't know if it was the Cancer full moon that is giving us this sexy vibe, but I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel that for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Listen, I've been like, maybe I should later today, or maybe I should. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. But you know, bitch, it's like one of those things where I said, like, we quit all these things and now we're starting all these things. Moderation.
Yo, you are not playing.
I'm like, I want to get fucked all the time. Do I need to be getting fucked all the time?
Yeah.
No.
I was just
because once I start getting fucked all the time, I'm going to be so distracted by everything else, and then nothing's gonna get done, and then I'm gonna be more stressed out, and then I'm gonna need to get fucked more because I'm gonna be stressed out, and it just, you gotta find a balance. So I'm gonna get fucked, but in moderation. You got maybe like 3-4 days out of the week for me. Maybe three. Probably
or 4.
3.
Damn, bitch.
Probably
I can't
3.
personally. I cannot handle that. I need some time to recuperate. You got 2 days. I give myself 2 days at the most. But yeah, I feel that because I kind of feel that way about la vida these days. Like I feel like I've been jumping back into my usual. I just try not to smoke before work or in the mornings. I try to get my stuff done. But like, especially on the weekends or when you're going out, I just be consuming so much of it that I'm like, okay, maybe I need to fucking chill.
Yeah. It's really just it's just moderation, because like in the middle of doing all these things, I'll be like, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. Like I sort of had 2 dates in one day.
Bitch, I love that. Okay, hold on.
So I had two appointments in one day, but to be fair, the first one was not supposed to be an appointment. It wasn't, no shit was supposed to happen. I was literally going over there for a specific reason, and we were just going to have a couple drinks, and then I was going to go on about my day with my actual like date that day, you know? And so when I got there, everything was fine. We literally talked and got all the stuff that we needed to get done. We got that done.
Okay, wonderful.
And once we got all that done, I was like, you know, finishing up my drink. I was going to say I was going to go, but then we started talking about merch for the podcast and how he knows someone that can like maybe help us digitize our logo and put it on a shirt, like how our shirts are.
Yeah, I love
so that way, you know, when we start shelling them out, people can wash them as many times as they want. It doesn't fade or anything. So I knew this nigga is not slick, and you know how this nigga is. This nigga is not slick. And he was like, I'll show you some of the shirts that I used to make if you want to just come in my room real quick. And I was like,
come in my room, bitch.
I was like, you know, I'll go in your room real quick.
Hey, it ain't nothing but a thing.
This ain't nothing but a thing. I'm gonna just sit on the bed and be like real cute and sweet, you know, it'll be fine. And so he did show me a bunch of his shirts and stuff, and I really don't even remember what happened. I don't remember how I got to where I was. But next thing you know, I was bent over and my stockings were like on my knee, at my knees, because I was wearing a very cute outfit that day. And they had stockings on, pantyhose on underneath. And that was always a thing of mine. I like, don't take all my clothes off.
Yeah.
The shit under me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was just really nice. And like, you know, it just turned into something I didn't think it was going to turn into. And it's so funny. I love fucking with this man because he's just so funny and enjoyable to be around. And so, like, my towels are in here, you know, go ahead, take a shower, whatever. And so, right? And so he had the good soap, clean towels. His house is always clean. So, I took a shower and everything, and he's just chatting with me from the room while I'm taking a shower. And so then we switch and he goes to take a shower. And why is this man giving me a 5-star Yelp review from the shower?
Is this what
this is who you think it is? Yeah.
No, I mean, this is what you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He literally giving me a 5-star Yelp review from the shower. And he was talking about, he was like, I wasn't even on no shit when you came here. It was going to be all business. We was good. But then that outfit, he said, that outfit is what got you fucked. And I was like, excuse me, I'm just so sweet and innocent. Like, what do you mean I'm just in a cute outfit? And he was like, that pussy kept winking at me through them pantyhose, because I don't never wear panties anyway.
Never.
Ever. No panties.
What's the point?
What's the point?
Let it breathe.
Come on. Like, come on. But yeah, he was just joking about it, and he was like, I was like taking pictures on Snapchat, and so I have a video of him in the background going, little baby really fine as fuck. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And I was like, really though, little baby is really fine as fuck. So it was just really fun. And then right after, I went to my actual date at my actual date's house, and we just sat and smoked and talked and listen to some music. And I also didn't really have plans on fucking this person either, because I was like, I just got my biscuits bust open, like,
not your biscuits.
Yeah. Like, maybe we should like take a minute, you know, just go over there and hang out. But niggas is slick, as I told you before we started recording. Niggas is slick, and niggas just be knowing how to entice you in just the right way. And this nigga was enticing. And then, you know, I put my hand on that dick and I was like, wow, this actually seems really good. Maybe like you should whip it out. And then we ended up going to his room, and that dick was fantastic.
Okay, good dick.
The dick was fantastic.
Wow.
Coming and squirting.
I really
back
love this for you.
Back to back. I passed out.
What a perfect day off.
I don't ever like, and see, I got a refill of my antidepressants right before all of this. I was like, yes, bitch.
We are in it
to win it, bitch. Yeah, and I don't usually stay the night, especially men's house. I don't usually stay the night. But this man fucked the shit out of me, and I passed the fuck out. And then woke up again at like 6:30 and collected my shit and left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
It was a fabulous week.
It was a fabulous week.
I know some of my other friends also had a great week, and I'm just like, what's in the air that's making this happen? I don't know, but I hope that everybody listening, I hope y'all had a fantastic week, because I know I motherfucking did.
First week of the year, bitch. Okay. First week of the year.
Okay. I'm like, this is the energy I'm moving forward with. Okay. I'm building up my little roster. I'm having a good time while I'm doing it, but it is a lot about moderation.
It is moderation, yeah. And sure. I also did learn with the small drama this week, the podcast, you know, is going to introduce some odd people to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some very odd folks, okay? Very weirdos, very odd people. And sometimes it just goes south. And I'm just glad that, as my friends have described it, I'm a corporate bitchy kind of bitch when I'm responding to people that are like out of line, because you know, your message was very respectful. When they responded the way back to you, because you were being so respectful, I was just like, this is weird. I was like, this is like messaging men. I don't like this.
But you know, if you are listening to this, because you might,
pick a different approach next time, maybe, because like when the initial message comes to you, and then you like, when you match with someone and your initial message is like, hey, I think you're hot, I love the things on your profile, and their message is like this long ass list of things that they want and don't want out of the connection after you haven't had any kind of conversation, that's a little off-putting, for me at least, because it's like, I'm just telling you I'm interested. I'm not telling you I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then we press consent so much on this podcast. And we also press that you can be sexual without always wanting to have sex with everyone. And just because I am a sexually open individual, I love the conversation, I have this podcast, that does not mean that I'm just going to be down to fuck whenever, whoever. That's just not how it works. And I always reserve the right to revoke your access to me whenever I want to, because that is consent. That doesn't make me a hypocrite, okay? Nothing makes me a hypocrite unless I'm doing the opposite of what I'm preaching, and that's never what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, people need to understand boundaries and
edit
really
your
need to come
approach.
correct, because if you ain't never even seen you in person or met you, talked to you, like, why are you coming at
We
me?
haven't had any conversation, and the way that this person came at me was honestly so crazy. But I'm thankful that Courtney was like, it's the podcast, remember? And she also just reminded me I can't just go off on a bitch, because I really wanted to go off on a bitch.
Hold on, bitch. Okay, listen.
But I was like, let me get my shit together. I'm going to hold it in.
I get it, because that shit is annoying. That shit was rude, and that shit was unnecessary. It really fucking was. And I was pissed off, too. You know, I just be like, bitch, we can't be responding. PR, because
a bitch like me will respond.
And as you should. And I feel like that's why we work well together. Because
I'll hurt your feelings and Courtney will stop me.
Yeah, but like just right before it gets to total annihilation.
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, what a great catch up.
What a great catch up.
So I do have a fun fact.
Yeah.
Bam. So because we're talking today for our pleasure principle, which is like the main juiciness of our episode, we're talking about
Beans coming to make his
sex
appearance.
and dating icks every time. This man comes every time.
Hello.
Anyway, we're doing dating and sex icks. So I wanted to do a dating and sex fun fact.
Yes.
So, this comes from a Cosmo article that compiled a brief list of the habits of young people in 2022 as far as sex and dating. And I thought some of them were really interesting, and some of them, as usual, just weren't surprising.
Okay.
We are the group.
Yeah.
So 71% of singles say that they're more interested in a long-term relationship than they were before the pandemic. And I mean, to me, that makes sense, because if you think about the group of people that were that like settling down or like beginning to settle down age, let's just say 23 to 28. Mm-hmm. Now those same people are 27 to 32.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to be coming out of the pandemic like, damn, bitch, where did time go, ho? I need to find me a nigga, or I need to find me somebody so I can, or if that's your goal, you know, if a family is your goal, that just seems like the natural step. So that's what they mean here. That you're more interested in a long-term serious relationship than they were before the pandemic. Would you say that?
I was more interested in a long-term relationship after the pandemic than before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I will say that's when I got into one. I will say that's about the time, yeah. Because it was literally like, wow, there's so much shit going on in the world. Life is short. Mm-hmm. I want to love someone and I want someone to love me.
Yeah, I need a writer.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, here we are. But I don't know. I changed. It changed for me because then I realized that like the other people I surround myself with also give me so much love and support. Mm-hmm. Like, why do I need a romantic partner to feel loved and supported when the people around me make me feel that so often? You know?
That's true.
Yeah. But somebody need to fuck me, though. That's for sure.
Wow. Understandable.
Somebody has to.
Okay. This says the people who were... Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. That was my note. 22% of people are unsure of questioning the idea of monogamy. Are unsure or questioning the idea of monogamy. So 22% of people are thinking like, maybe monogamy isn't for me.
Maybe it's not the wave.
Maybe there's another way.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I just think I'm part of that 22% because I feel like things are so customizable. Okay. Yeah. Like understanding the concept of non-monogamy doesn't mean you have to have this like, a free fuck for all. Like you can have boundaries and rules. You should have boundaries and rules, but you need to discuss them as a pair and, really do what's fair. So if you're part of the 22% like me, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're figuring that shit out because I'm trying. I'm trying to figure that shit out.
Monogamy is a patriarchal and capitalist fucking concept.
Definitely.
And if you want to dismantle the patriarchy, monogamy is part of that. So,
But would you say that the idea that like, why is non-monogamy? Can't everybody just be non-monogamous and then some people are just in monogamous relationships?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like,
absolutely.
We just it's more just the term that you need to get rid of or stop hating on people that are non-monogamous. Yeah. Because you can still. If you and your partner just want to be with each other,
then just be with each other.
Then just be with each other.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I should have said more of marriage is a patriarchal and capitalist concept.
Yeah, and that is the foundation of monogamy.
Exactly.
Okay, I feel you. That's a good point, bitch. Okay, so what were you basically saying? What would your ideal, if you had let's say you had a throuple, I don't know what your ideal, like, form of non-monogamy is, but, like, if you ended up with a throuple, would you want to marry both of them? Would you want to be able to marry both of them? What does that look like for you?
I personally not interested in marriage as an institution at all. Okay. I don't really care for it. Okay. When I think about it, I know at one point I was engaged to be married. I'm going to say that. But I'm not at this point where I'm at right now and how long I've had to, like, think on it and, like, imagine what my ideal dream life would look like. Marriage just doesn't fit into that for me, especially because, like, I just think about it like, if I love you and you love me and we love each other, Barney style, bitch, what the fuck? Why do we have to get the government involved also? Yeah. Like, what would be the point? Like, I understand when people are like, marriage is just a piece of paper to tell the government that, hey, me and this person are together officially, you know? Yeah. And, I also just don't like, and maybe it's all the air in my chart, I don't fucking know. I just don't like the idea of being tied to someone for so long because anything could happen, you know? They're like, till death do us part. And I'm like, well, what happens when I die? Or what happens when the other person dies? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of shit for me to think about. But when I think about it, it's more of like, if I really love you and you really love me, why can't we just be committed to each other? Yeah. Why do we have to go? Like, why can't we have a commitment? Like, having a commitment ceremony, totally down. Reception, all that shit, totally down. But as far as getting legally married, is just not something that is of interest to me, which has been like a sore topic in like past relationships or past pairings, because like so many people, their end goal in a relationship is to get married, but I just don't think that's my end goal.
I mean, that makes sense, but like, strangely enough, I view marriage as more of like a legal thing. So like, you got a job that has good benefits. And also like retirement, and like credit scores and buying a house and like shared income. Like, I think of it as like a way. It's like, and it's like, that's why I say like the idea of marriage just needs to be opened up, because I understand the terms of marriage and I agree with like all the benefits that it gives you. I want those benefits from a partner. It just doesn't make sense that if I have two partners, why can't there be some laws that allow us to get married and then share our benefits together?
I know I've watched a lot of like videos recently on like thruples and polyamorous couples that like also one of the pairs in the couple wants to get married. I've seen them like talk about that, and it's really just something that all of you have to discuss, because it's like, well, what if your third partner wants to get on your insurance because they don't have insurance, but you're married to this other person? And that's what I mean, that it complicates something that should be so simple. Like I know there's benefits to it, but I just feel like it also brings a lot of different complications and a lot of added pressure from the government that I don't necessarily need. Like, while there are benefits, absolutely, I would like good health care and a great credit score and all of these other things. I definitely would. But all the other stuff that comes along with it. And when you look at like the legality of marriage and also trying to have an open relationship, like, what if for some reason now your wife or husband, now they're like, well, I don't want to have an open relationship, and you still want to have an open relationship, and they're like, well, now we're getting a divorce. That's just so much to think about, you know? So
it is. It really is. Wow.
That's why I'm like, I'm not striving for it, because it just seems like a stressful concept for the life that I want to live. So
absolutely. Yeah. You know, I just like to be devil's advocate.
You're doing a great job, truly.
Okay, I'm going to blast through these other ones, because you know, you've just really been taking our time. I love that.
That's true.
So 43% of Gen Zers say that they struggle with dating-related anxiety, which is not surprising. I feel like Gen Zers just have a higher rate of anxiety than most people, most generations. And then on top of that, they were in a pandemic for 3 years, 2.5 years. So you just really forget how to talk to people. I know, because I'm one of those people.
Bean. he said, bitch.
I'm one of those people too. Anyway, did you know? Yeah, it taught me off, bitch. That was a little tough.
Hey, I liked it. Don't apologize. I liked
feeling
it.
real sexual.
Hey, listen, I liked it.
Okay.
Don't have to apologize to me.
15.1% of them, of Gen Zers, identify as LGBTQ, which is the highest of any generation in history.
Fucking lesbians.
Millennials are at 9.8%. So it jumped. I feel like we are not Gen Zers. We are Zillennials, because we're not millennials either.
In that middle ground.
Yeah.
Where it's
really
like, what am I?
Yeah, really, what are we?
Yeah.
But this makes sense to me. 15% of them identify as LGBTQ.
Gay.
I feel like it's mostly just I would not put it past the older generation to have 15% of their population gay. They just couldn't come out and say it.
Yeah.
It wasn't okay for them to say it. So there was all these gay people that have always existed, but now we are growing up to realize that we can get this out early. We have a support of people and of programs that will help us be who we want to be. Yeah. So that's why you're seeing more LGBTQ, and that's not just like lesbian, bi, gay. It's also trans people and non-binary people. There are people that didn't even know what to call themselves. Yeah. That now that they do, of course we can identify as more things.
A couple of my regulars at my job, they are older white women. Ooh. But there's one of them that has been like coming in consistently, and she just went through a divorce last year. Actually, right after the pandemic, she went through a divorce, and she was telling me how she's been having like this whole sexual awakening for this last like year, basically. How she's been like, she would go to like the swingers clubs and stuff, and she'd like start playing with couples, and she was like, I just really discovered like I love women. Like, she's like, I was married to someone for 15 years and like, you know, was so sexually repressed that she just didn't know. And she said that in college and stuff, she played around with girls and she really liked it, but she met her husband shortly after she graduated, so it just all sort of faded into the woodwork. But she was saying how like, she was like, now I haven't even really had a consistent male partner. She like, if she has a consistent male partner, it's because it's in a couple. Mm-hmm. And I just admire her so much for having like a second sexual awakening in her life, because she literally was like, I have been having the best sex of my life for these past like 6 months. And I was just so happy for her, because when she comes in and she'll be like, oh, you know, me and my playmates, mm-hmm. We're trying to try this thing, you know. And I love when people refer to their sexual partners as their playmates, when they refer to sex as playtime. That turns me on. I don't know why. It just does. It sounds so fun.
Yeah, it does sound fun.
I'm like, yeah, let's go play. Like, a nigga texts me, hey, we should play later. I'm like, bitch, we should do that. Let's go play. Yes, absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I know, like, I know women go through another puberty
at like 44, yeah. Between like 39 and 42.
Thank you. So I can't wait to like talk to another older woman.
Ooh, and we have one.
Yeah. And like really talk, like just really get into that. I'm sure that's so fun. I'm looking forward to that part of my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, that was interesting. And then these are some generals. 25% of people are using more sex toys. Mm-hmm. 36% are masturbating more frequently.
Love it.
52% of singles say they're less interested in casual sex. I don't know what singles they were referring to, because I ain't found one yet.
I mean, personally, me, when I'm not looking for a casual sex person. I'm looking for a person I can consistently have sex with.
Okay, then I guess I agree. I guess I'm that person.
I don't want to have a one-night stand. Yeah. I don't want to meet you at the club, fuck you in the bathroom, and then go on about my day.
We're trying to build a roster.
I'm trying to build a roster. In about 6 months, you'll hear me talking about a play party that I just had or that I'm planning. And that's what this whole shebang is for. When these older couples come into my job and they're like, oh yeah, me and my friends that they've been friends with for like 12 plus years, they all play together and they've been playing together for like years. I'm like, that's an established.
And they go like vacay together.
And then they vacation together.
Wouldn't
like,
that be
no,
fun?
That would be so much fun, bitch. And so that's why I'm like, I'm dating and finding sexual partners with a purpose.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't be as open sexually as me, if you can't be like adventurous or even just like, you know, just open to the idea of something different than what you're usually doing, then it ain't gonna work, shorty.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna work.
Hell yeah. Seems like building your roster is going really well.
It's going good.
Building my roster is going pretty well.
Now I just need to eat some more coochie.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was just thinking to myself, like, now I just need a little brown little baddie.
Yeah.
Like, I need a little femme baddie. I can't even lie. That's just all I need. I feel like 3 or 4 people, I'm good at rotating.
Love it.
A little bit of everything, you know. Truly a little dip in every bucket. Ooh, I can't wait. Y'all know any black girls? I hope so. Like, send them my way. Put them in my inbox. Let me round out this roster, baby. Let me find my QB. Okay. Anyway. Oh, this is the last one. And it's really interesting. Mm-hmm. There are 8 million unmarried couples that are currently cohabitating together in the nation as of 2022.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, that makes a lot of sense because rent is so fucking high.
Yeah.
I was at work the other day and I work with a bunch of older white people. Excuse me. I'm working with a bunch of older white people, and we were having a conversation about somebody's son was getting married, and they hadn't gotten married yet, so they don't live together. Like, they live in 2 separate spots.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, the lease is up, and they're trying to figure out where he's going to move, and rent is so expensive, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, she was like, they need to live separately because they haven't had sex yet. And this was in a meeting. Yeah.
Okay.
Which was a little strange, but we glossed past it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she's like, yeah, they haven't had sex yet, so they really need another place. And I was like, I get it. Like, why would they live separately? If you ever want to buy a house as a married couple, for y'all to spend your engagement or however long y'all been dating apart, paying $1,400 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment, that's crazy. You're never gonna save enough to get a house.
Yeah.
So I totally get this. I feel like just in order to set a good foundation for your marriage that's financially stable, then you kind of have to live together.
I think before getting married, you should live together for a little bit, because then, like, what if you start living with the person and the way that they live as a person is what turns you off to them?
Ooh.
And now you resent them because you've already gotten married to them, but now you're living together and you realize they're a slob, or you realize that they're like an crazy neat freak or something like that. You know, it just, sometimes people are compatible in separate spaces, but you put them in the same space and it's like butting heads. So
I'm big on let's have separate rooms, and
absolutely.
I'm really big on let's have separate bathrooms. My cousin, she is in a relationship and they've been living together for 5 years, and they have had separate bathrooms for 5 years. They each have a studio and like an office. Like, she has an office, her girlfriend has a studio, and then they have 2 separate bathrooms. And it's just like, they seem to get along so much better because you guys can both hang out in your space all day, and it looks like them. Like, one of them is like orange and white, and the other one's black and red and like shit like that. And it's just like cool. Like, you have places where you can go and be yourself, and then you guys come together and sleep together at night, and then you have your bath. Because I'm a little OCD, so I just feel like the way people use their bathrooms is important to me, and like, I be trying to micromanage that shit. So it's better if you have your own space for you to not put down the toilet lid or like close the shower curtain or like do shit like that, because that's really important to me. So
I remember seeing some TikTok video also about, it's like a couples coach, and she was saying how like some of her most successful marriages and relationships are people that have their own spaces within their living space, because you don't lose your individuality dating someone or marrying someone. And so having a space where you can still like express yourself with your space and everything is really important. So
I can't wait to talk to a long-lasting couple as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, y'all,
I'll keep looking for them. Oh no, actually, never mind. I was like, ooh, I have one, but then I was like, no, because that nigga trying to fuck me, and that's just not gonna work.
Okay. All right. Pleasure principle for this week is sex and dating icks.
Yes.
And an ick is defined as anything that someone does that instantly turns you off or like shatters the illusion of like, oh, this person is like quote unquote like perfect, or like this person is so sexy. Like, you know, when you're just having a really good time with someone and they just do that one thing, or you like go back to their house and there's that one thing. And
then it's like, do I ignore this or do I leave?
Yeah, it's really just like, damn.
Yeah.
This person is like, damn.
Yeah,
that happens to me a lot. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
So I wanted us to compile a list. I had to really narrow mine down.
Me too. I had to set I had to set a number because otherwise I was just going to keep
going.
fucking going.
Like, I don't know if we are just terrible people or we're just so judgmental, but like there's just so many things that just make me like
irritated and like back the fuck up off me.
Please, like then my coochie is drying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's actually go back and forth that way. If you have any on your list that are on my,
let's
blah,
see.
Blah, blah.
Let's see.
So, yeah. We also put a questionnaire on our Instagram.
Yes.
So if you guys responded to it, which we did get quite a few responses, we'll be reading them all.
Yes.
So, if you don't follow us on Instagram, this is a good moment while we're pulling up our list to follow us on motherfucking Instagram at allyourpleasures_, where you can be a part of our little quizzes and questionnaires and multiple choice
At least once a week, bitch.
At least once a week. We're trying to get that done. You know what I mean? So follow us. All that good shit. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, my first one, stale breath during makeouts or sex. And, if it's 8 o'clock at night and we're making out and your breath smells, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
But if it's 4 o'clock in the morning and we're in bed and you wake up and we're now making out, that's not a problem. But just know if I decide, okay, let's get right to the sex and
we might smooch.
Yeah, I just don't need that.
But we're not gonna be making out.
I just don't need that. And when you don't understand that your breath smells, it hurts my feelings because it's like you smell my lips now that we've been making out, and you're still trying to make out. Like, no, I'm vomiting. I want to fuck. So
I hurt my feelings.
It really hurts my feelings because then I have to tell you, hey, your breath fucking stinks.
And now we're awkwardly staring at each other.
And I didn't want to have to do that. We could have just fucked from the back. So that's why morning sex, my favorite position is like from the back on my stomach because it's lazy and I don't have to smell your breath.
Yeah.
I don't. So that's one of mine.
Okay. One of mine is just untidy house. And I understand being like mentally unwell and your house being a little messy, but like there's shit everywhere. I'm scared. I'm scared. What's hiding in this pile over here?
Right. Like, what's behind that?
Maybe that's why it smells like toe fungus in here. Like, what's going on?
It could be a Taco Cabana burrito.
Like, what the fuck? Like, not even a fresh Taco Cabana burrito. One that's been sitting in that styrofoam for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the big one for me.
Yeah.
I be looking in the corners, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. When I walk in, I'm like,
what's over there?
Look at where are the
what's over there?
Here at the corners. Okay. My next one is when people let you know their money situations. Okay. So like, I do not claim being a broke bitch. I am not a broke bitch. Okay. I have 2 jobs, bitch, and I act like it. But I understand the fluctuation of money throughout the month as a single person living in the USA in 2023. Yes. I understand. So it really gets on my fucking nerves when the people that I'm going out with that maybe they ask me out and they're like, oh yeah, I gotta use my credit card. I gotta use this card because this is going on right now and I just paid this. Or like, they'll be like, hey, I hate when they involve me in shit randomly, like because I'm there. So like, this person, even though I had a great time with them, they were like, hey, can you Zelle me $80 and I'm just going to give you $80 in cash because, like, I just, for this, and this. And I'm like, I mean, I guess, but, like, why are you involving me in this? I don't want to know. Can we not talk about money? Yeah. If you're taking me out, you need to make sure you have the money. Like, I don't want to feel like I have to pick what I'm going to get based on, like, how you've made me feel because, like, I've had that happen, from time to time and I'm just like, huh. And like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Go
ahead. My next one is having too many shitty opinions or too many opinions in general. Like, can we just have a conversation? Why do you have an opinion on everything that's happening right now? Like for instance, I went out to go get drinks with someone and, they were just talking about like this lady walks by and they just walk, and sometimes I'm guilty of like seeing something weird and leaning over to my friend and being like, bitch, did you see that? Yeah. But they literally were like, in my opinion, I just feel like people should just not do that. And it was like something so innocent. I was like, what do you mean? And then it just kept happening where they would just be like, you know, in my opinion, or they would give me their opinion on music or on a movie that I was talking about or something like that. And I'm like, maybe you're just, maybe less of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I don't know if maybe that's just me, but like too many opinions is like too much. Like,
why are you so contrarian? Why are you such a contrarian? Why do you have to go against everything we're talking about? Like,
we can't just be like, oh, you can't just be like, oh, I get that.
Yeah, just gloss over it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't understand it, just gloss over it.
Because sometimes I'll be like that, but I'll literally, and people have witnessed me do this, be like, oh yeah, no, I understand how you could feel that way. Yeah, totally. And then we just move on.
And
like,
you can like gossip about it with the people that understand later.
Yes, exactly. That's when you get in the group chat when you leave and be like, bitch, you will never believe what this bitch said to me.
Absolutely.
Bitch.
Okay, so similar to the one you just said, dirty bathrooms to freshen up, no soap or toilet paper. This is not, I haven't had this problem with any, like, it's only niggas. And I know I say niggas is gender neutral, but in this case I mean men with penises, because I've never been to it's just ridiculous if you don't have soap. It's just ridiculous if you don't have toilet paper. How are you living? Because I know you take shits, like... And
you use the bathroom, and, like, you have to touch your dick every time you go to the bathroom. So you're telling me you're not washing your hands after you touch your pissy dick.
And my last few years, I really have not fucked a lot of niggas. And I... Thank God for that, honestly. That's my saving grace.
Yeah.
But when I remember specifically, like, them not having soap, and I just wish that I wish that I, as a woman, could have stood up for myself and been like, this is not what I want. I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
Because when are you washing your hands? You're about to put your hands everywhere, on my neck and my pussy. Like,
yeah.
It's just not cool, bro. I hate that shit. I hate going to bathrooms and feeling like if I can't feel like after I use the bathroom I'm clean, how do you take a shower in here and you feel like you're clean? Yeah. And then you're about to lay your whole body on me? Ain't no motherfucking way.
Yeah.
Clean up your bathroom. If you know a bitch is coming over, if you know anybody's coming over, this goes for women, men, everybody. I don't give a fuck. Tidy up your bathroom just a little bit.
Yeah.
And it'll make this person feel so much better, because that's such a clean, it should be clean.
I will say that's one reason why I sort of started going over to niggas' house instead of having niggas over at my house, because I want to see how clean you are.
Yeah.
And I remember, I remember there was this one nigga who had like, he had soap in his kitchen. He didn't have soap in his bathroom. And he didn't have toilet paper. The one night I did actually go over there and didn't have him come over to me. And I was like, I should have been coming to your house anyway, because we wouldn't have been fucking this long if I knew this is how you kept your house. What the fuck? And like, he had like this trail of ants coming into his bathroom. And he was like, oh yeah, the apartment complex just says that like they're getting in from another unit. And I was like, that's weird. And then I go into the kitchen and I also realized that there are ants everywhere in the kitchen. Did we fuck that night? Absolutely not. Did we ever fuck after that? Absolutely not. Because this is not a cute look, sir.
Look at y'all missing out on good pussy.
Because you don't know how to be clean. And you know what? I blame your mamas. I'm not even going to lie. I blame your fucking mamas.
It sucks to me.
Another one of mine is talking about their ex too much.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is too much. Like, at this point in my dating experience, I'm not mentioning my ex at all. I'm probably just going to be like, oh yeah, someone I used to be friends with, or some shit like that, you know? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, me and my ex used to blah, blah, blah. Me and my ex used to do this too.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. If you like that bitch so much, just go be with her. Damn. Like, what we talking about her so much for? Or them, whoever it is. Like, why are we talking about your ex so fucking much?
I don't mind, like, talking about the ex. Like, if it comes up in the sense of, like, oh, that's why I broke up with my ex. Or, like, that's why we ended the relationship. I don't mind that. Because I be nosy. So I'm like, oh, you broke up with your... But whatever. Let's figure out... Let's get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
So, like, that's cool. But, like, yeah, that... Oh, me and my ex used to go here. Oh, my ex... Definitely go be with that bitch.
Like, you take somebody out and they're like, oh, that's crazy. Me and my ex used to come here all the time.
Well,
and then
let's go.
And then we get to that menu and you be like, well, me and my ex used to get this. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all used to get.
I'm here right now.
That's hello.
I fucking agree. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. And I know you can attest.
Yes.
Only bringing one condom.
Oh, that was actually on my list. It was the didn't bring any so I had to supply them. And I always have a condom in my hoe bag. I'm not gonna lie. I always have condoms in my hoe bag.
For sure. Because why are you only bringing one? And it doesn't matter, even if I do have some, that's cool. But like if I'm at your house and you only have if we are doing shit, you need to assume that like any grown ass person, that we're going back and forth. This isn't just a penis and vagina or peace and vagina situation. This is all encompassing, baby. Yeah. I need you to be prepared for anything. I need you to be prepared for different holes. Yeah. Like what the fuck
are you doing?
Bringing only one condom. It don't even make no sense. You're telling me you're a minute man. That's what you're telling me.
Literally. I'm like, oh, so you gonna come one time and we're done? What the fuck?
That shit is so annoying. And it also, to me, as a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio stellium. I also found out that I'm a Libra stellium, which I hate.
Why?
Because I feel like that makes me terrible. Like, these two things combined is like, ooh, that's a lot for me. I'm having to process this.
No, you're doing great, Corey.
Anyway.
Maybe that's why I like you so much.
So, as a Scorpio stellium, I'm always thinking, you only brought one condom because you thought that I would think, oh, okay, well, since you don't have another condom, we can just fuck raw. Mm-hmm. No. It just means we're done fucking. You fucked yourself. You fucked it up for both of us. Fuck you. That shit gets on my nerves. Yeah. And even if that's not the case, which maybe it's not, but I'm paranoid as fuck. I really am, like, about everybody. So, like, if you give me a weird vibe like that, like, why would you only bring one condom? Yeah. Obviously, you think I'm fucking stupid.
I'm with you there, bitch. I'm definitely with you there. That's why I keep condoms in my hoe bag. But also, here's another point about the condoms. Here's another point. If you got the dick, why am I bringing the condom? I don't have the dick here. What if I bring a condom that's too small, that's uncomfortable for you now?
Women are always have to be so responsible about the birth control in every aspect, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Hey, I can't get myself pregnant, okay? I can't do it.
Like,
I can't do it.
Shit. I know there is no niggas listening to this shit, because every time I check the analytics, there's less niggas listening to that shit, and that's fine. But the ones that are, because I know there's like 3. Get y'all shit together.
Please. And if you already have your shit together, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because I know y'all exist.
Yeah,
y'all be fucking them sometimes.
We be fucking them sometimes. Them niggas that know what they doing, we be fucking them sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Also, lube too. That's another one. Condoms and lube. That's at the same point, because you niggas don't know what foreplay is, and you be trying to shove your dick in places it doesn't belong. Like, where's the lube at? Where's the condoms at? Where's the lube at?
With that, I want to say, okay, I feel like this person that I was with this weekend, they really understood that. And like, they are not a cisgender male, so they're a trans-masc person.
Which is why they get it.
Yeah, and like, it turned me on more. Yeah. Because like, there was so many times in the night that I was just like,
this is sexy.
This is so hot, because like they just really understood what I needed, and they just did it, and like they really, it was great. Anyway, but this specifically about the loop thing and the condom. Yeah, they still put a condom on their piece because that's important. Good. And so they put the lube in their hands, and this is what they did. They rubbed it in their hands. Warm it up. They literally slid it all up and down their piece. Then they took more in their hands and they rubbed it up and down my pussy. They used it as a time to like really play with my pussy. Yeah. And they were just getting it all. I was just like, you kidding me? Like,
are you kidding me?
Okay, go ahead.
Another one I don't like is like people that are under their family or friends' thumb. Okay. Too much. Ooh. So like, I want you to have a support system, obviously. Someone that you go to and you're like, yeah, let's do it. But like, you're telling me that your family and your friends dictate every single thing you do and what you're doing right now and how we're going forward and where we are in our relationship, if we are like staying together. Your friends, like any issue we have, you go tell your friends, and your friend's opinion on what's going on is the opinion you bring to me and not your own. I don't fucking like that shit. Same thing with family members. Like I've had relationships in the past where it's like either their friends are dictating or like, and it's even more frustrating when you're having an argument with someone or you're trying to have a discussion with someone about your problems that you're having and they repeat something to you that sounds like someone else repeated it to them and they're just saying it to you verbatim. I don't fucking like that shit. Or if we're trying to make life decisions and you're like, well, my family won't like it if we do this. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Is your family in this room right now? Is your family financing us? Is your family like all these other things? Like, I understand having a support system and having that be like a small factor. But when it's coming to like everything, anytime we have an argument, anytime we are going out to do something, anything like that, your family and friends are the ones who are dictating what happens. I don't fucking like that shit at all. Have your support system, that's fine, but also be an individual with your own fucking thoughts and feelings and bring that to me. Don't bring someone else's shit to me.
Yeah, that's
that's a big one. That is a huge one for me.
That's a dating ick. Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh my God, that's a big one.
I can't lie, I struggle with that one. I was feeling a little triggered.
I'm so sorry. I hope you can get past that at some point.
Okay. No reassurance given there. They said, yeah, you
I think it's
a
growth. I think it's a growth thing because like wanting the opinions of the people around you, totally understandable, and wanting them to be okay with the stuff you're doing, also really understandable. But at the end of the day, it's you. It's just you. It's just you. It's not going to be your mama, your daddy, your best friend, your cousin, your sister, all of that. It's not going to be any of them. And if you make the wrong decision, they're still going to be there to support you either way. So do what you want to do as an individual and not what you think your friends or your family or anyone else. Don't let outside opinions dictate what you're doing within your partnerships with other people, because then you just miss out on a lot of shit because you're so focused on what everyone else is fucking thinking and feeling about what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
So that's like a really touchy subject for me. I'm so sorry. I realized I did get very live right there for a sec.
That's cool. I feel you. Okay, this one, it's feeling like a little judgmental, but I'm going to continue. Crusty toes.
Okay.
And dirty fingernails.
Why is that judgmental?
I just feel like I'm being picky. I don't know, bougie, but crusty toes are a big one. Like, why do you niggas come out in slides and then you want me to not look down?
You got velociraptor toes.
Like, oh my
claws.
God. My butthole's clenching thinking about one of them like grazing my calf muscle in the bed or something. Like, so scary. Like, are y'all using that to grip the bed? Like, horrible. And also, whether it's bitches, I'm just trying to be better, y'all. Whether it's women, men, people, like, I'm big on fingernails, and I'm like, my fingernails are broken right now. Yeah, this one happened at work, and this one happened when I was putting on my shoes. But I'm just big on like let's look presentable, because I don't know, I'm a germy person, and I just feel like if your toes look scary, it looks like it's going to cause me physical pain. Yeah. And then if your fingernails are dirty, that's where we connect.
You're trying to put those in my pussy and they're dirty.
I have a very sensitive mucous membrane, and I cannot afford to have any...
I don't know why you saying that was sexy. I have a very sensitive mucous membrane.
Very sensitive mucous membrane. And, so... I just have to be really careful with that kind of stuff. So that's a big ick for me.
Yeah. What's next? My other one is too much phone time.
What does that mean?
If you can't put your phone down, we're hanging out. Again, when I was seeing one of these niggas, it's so funny because you were texting me, but we were talking about the podcast. So I was like, I literally said, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be on my phone. If I don't finish this thought, it's not gonna get done. Yeah. And it's business related, so I really need to get it out. I really need to get it out. So I just something like that, or someone saying to me like, oh hey, I'm not ignoring you, whatever, that's fine. But just spending so much time on your phone to where I can't tell if you're even paying attention to what's going on. It's like how you feel whenever you're like, let's watch a movie, and then they're on their phone all the time.
Oh I hate that so much.
It's like that, but just all the time. Yeah. Even if we're not watching a movie and you're just on your phone, like, babe, I'm right here. Yeah. I'm right here. Am I not interesting? What's going on?
Yeah, I get you. That makes sense. Yeah. That pisses me off too, especially when it's TikTok, because I understand how addicting TikTok can be, but it's so loud and abrasive, and we just can't be doing that. No. The last one I have is when they only have tap water So this one I feel like is a little bougie.
I felt like this was a
But
slug.
it is an ick for me because I don't want to see you grab a glass and then open the tap, like turn on the faucet water and then hand me the glass. That's just how I feel, and I'm gonna stand by that one. Like, get a Brita, get a motherfucking Brita.
She's saying this slowly because that's how I do it at my
But
house.
you bought a jug for me,
I did buy
and so
a
I
jug
don't
for
have
you.
the ick, so it's fine.
And listen, here's my thing on that, because you said your thing. Here's my thing. I grew up in the ghetto.
Okay.
Bottled water is a luxury.
It is.
It's not. You
it's
don't
not
get.
good for the
You
environment.
don't get bottled water. My mom. The only time we bought bottled water is if we were having a family cookout. That's the only time. My mom would literally be like, "You better go get some fucking ice, put it in a cup, and you better fucking drink that shit." And that's just that. You don't get a Brita. You don't get any of that shit because that's what's available. So since that's how I grew up most of my life, and because the apartment I live in is a luxury space and they have this whole water filtration system shit on the roof, my tap water tastes fine. But I will say that I have like my ex, whenever we would go to her house, I would bring my own water because her water tastes like gasoline. It literally tastes like fucking liquid, clear gasoline. And I was not drinking that water. There was no way you could make me drink that water. So I understand like that being an issue and being like, ew, I'm not drinking that shit. But when it comes down to it, bitch, water is water. And if that water tastes good to me, I'm gonna drink that shit.
Yeah.
But in Arizona, we didn't drink water out the tap because the water's too hard there. And you will literally get kidney stones if you drink water there. So there are some places where they tell you don't drink the tap because it's awful.
I just prefer an extra filter.
Yeah, it's okay.
Do you want? Oh no, I don't. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, and like I'm sure this water tastes great. It's just like sometimes I just be feeling like, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I have enough fluoride. I don't need any more.
It's okay.
Fluoride.
I'll just make sure that I always have a jug of purified drinking water.
But you know that I always come with my own water bottle.
You do,
I take
yeah.
my water bottle everywhere.
Yeah.
So when I know that they're going places that they only serve tap water, I'm gonna bring my water bottle.
This bitch. She'll eat the fuck out.
We went to for New Year's. She was like, well, water's gonna be $3, but I can give you some water out this faucet. And she pointed to like the dish faucet.
Ew, not even a good faucet. It's not even like a hand sink. It's literally where you wash the fucking dishes.
Y'all suck. Okay, do you have any more icks?
My last one was just a lot of negativity.
Okay.
Just like negativity in general, like pessimist.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't fuck with a pessimist.
I
bitch.
cannot see the green side of the road.
Can't see the good in anything. Like that's really hard for me to deal with because I'm such an optimistic bitch. Like even in my own shit, even when people are like coming to me and they're just trying to vent to me, I have to make sure I like don't get into that like fixer optimistic mode because not everybody, that isn't positive for everyone is me being like, oh, well, here's a silver lining, or maybe think of it this way so you don't feel so upset about it. That's not helpful to everyone. And I can acknowledge that. However, a constantly negative person, I can't deal with at all. Yeah. Like it like physically causes me anxiety. Because it's like, well, maybe everything is horrible and maybe the world is falling apart. Like, I don't like that shit. That shit really, really causes me a lot of anxiety and a lot of, like, anxiety. I'd be anxious as fuck around a pessimist because it's like, maybe I am looking at the world in the wrong fucking light or whatever, but I don't think I am. I think you bitches just need to learn to find a positive so you aren't always feeling like the sky is falling, Chicken Little.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I teeter for sure. I be having my pessimistic days.
Absolutely. All of us do. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one. Because that is annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Another one I didn't add on my list, but I'm going to mention is somebody that has to comment on every part of the movie. Like, oh my God. Okay, I like to talk through movies. Yeah. I do. But like, everything that happens, like, you have to be like, oh, that wouldn't happen. Oh, I don't know why he made that look. Like, I'd be like, can you shut the fuck up? Please, you're pissing me the fuck off. Anyway, so let me go through some of the, so I pulled it up.
Okay.
Some of the listeners' icks that we got from our Instagram.
Yes.
So the first one that I agree with is I really hate the "you like that" over and over again. You know when you're fucking somebody and they be like, "Oh yeah, you like that? You like that? Oh, I know you like that. You like that." What do you want me to say to that?
What you want me to say?
Because if the answer is no, then we're both looking stupid.
Now what are we gonna do?
Like,
I'm not a "you like that" person.
What do you say instead of "you like that"? What's
instead of saying "you like that," I always say things like, "Tell me." Like a bitch is like going crazy, and I'm like, "Tell me."
Oh, I like that.
Tell me.
I like that.
That is my go-to. I'm not a "you like that" bitch. I am definitely tell me, because if you're like, you look like you're convulsing, I want you to tell me, bitch.
And
What's
then,
up?
in the sense that everybody's different, the next one is too much talking.
Yeah.
So that's okay. Like, I get that.
There is a such thing as too much talking.
Yeah,
there is such thing as too much talking during sex, for sure.
The next one, the expectation to pick up on emotional cues.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like more of a dating one.
Yeah. But we did a dating and a sex ick.
Yeah, we did. These are both.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I get that. Like, more like say what you mean.
Yeah.
What you say. Like, we don't need to do, I don't know you well enough to be reading all these, like,
Because that is a big thing for me, is emotional cues, because I'm not a mind reader. And like being like scarred by passive people, bitch, if you say something to me, I'm gonna take it for exactly what you say to me. And if that's not what you meant, then you should have said what you meant and I wanted to hear, softening the blow or whatever the fuck it is. Because now if I go and I behave as if I think everything's fine, and then I come back and everything's not fine, bitch, I'm confused because you told me it was fine. Yeah. Well, you should have known by the way I said it. No, I shouldn't have known anything. You should have fucking spoke the fuck up. Say it with your chest.
Surprise first dates. I fuck with it. I agree, because I feel like you can't just call me 30 minutes before and be like, hey, let's go out. Yeah. I need to prepare for that, like mentally, emotionally, and physically. I need to prepare for that.
I need to get dressed. Like
that doesn't give me the ick. Yeah. It's more like, let's be real. Be fucking for real. That's what I feel like.
Okay.
Okay, the next one, love bombing. This person said, love bombing. I used to love it. Now it's terrifying.
No, I'm not. I've never been I've never been fond of love bombing in any way.
This person may not know what the actual definition of love bombing is, but it's it's both of the acts. So it's the act of giving this person all of this over exaggerated love and like words of affirmation and like physical contact, and then ripping it away and like being this completely dry, non-existent person, and then making it's like a gaslighting tactic. So I hope that you were never cool with that, but if you were, I'm glad that you've come out of the woods.
So I'm not a love bombing person.
So we're gonna move past that. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, the say my name. It makes me laugh. That's what this person said. Say my name. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Actually,
it's so awkward because I just be trying to moan louder. I'd be like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this pussy's definitely still mine, and like you can fuck it up however you want, but like at the end of the day,
you're not etching your names on these walls, bitch. I do not fucking think so.
Inconsistency.
Yeah,
that one's a good one. Yeah, I think overall, yeah. People go through so much in a month.
Yeah,
that I feel like I try to be pretty gracious, but I don't like. It's crazy because I don't be responding to a lot of texts because my phone's broken. But I also don't like when people don't respond to my texts. Piss me off.
But sometimes even Court, when your phone's not broken, you're not responding to the text. You'll be like, I looked at it. I'm actually not in the space to even look at it. So I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing.
Do you care about more my mental health? Or
always care about your mental health.
It's difficult. It's been difficult for me.
I think being friends with Courtney definitely helped me accept that not everybody's gonna text you back when you like while you're texting, or they're not gonna text you back as fast as you text them. Because like if I have my phone in my hand and I get a text message, 9 out of 10 I'm gonna answer it. But you know, sometimes Court be like, I just am not in the mood, and then she'll just leave it. But I am also admire that about you, because I wish I could do that. I notification. I'm like, gotta get rid of it. I gotta get rid of it right now. Gotta get rid of it right now, bitch.
I like to let them build up, and then I respond to everybody while I'm taking a shit at 7 p.m.
I love that though.
Okay. Being too quiet, which I agree. That's a good one. I need to know that I'm doing a good job, you know, like it makes me feel weird. I'm like, okay, are you liking this? Because if you're not, I can just stop. Cause like,
what's going on?
What the fuck? Yeah.
It makes it feel like they don't want to be doing what you guys are doing, which doesn't turn you on. It feels like I'm violating your space as a person. Yeah, I had an ex that was the way.
Ugh. Yeah. Could not be me.
Yeah, that's why we didn't have sex that often.
Okay, when it's the same every time, even if it's good.
Yeah.
I think this happens a lot in relationships. I know this happened a lot in mine. It's like, yeah, it's good still, and I be coming or whatever, but it is the same, like 3 positions, and you switch it around in the same amount of time. How do you get around that? And we're gonna have an episode on that. So
we should have an episode on that because,
I don't want you to give me any ideas. Okay. I don't want to like branch off.
Okay, sorry.
But it's coming. Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
People who can't take direction or get offended by it.
Oof, yeah, that is one. Like, do you not want me to come? Your ego's bigger than my orgasm? That's crazy.
That's really crazy.
That's insane.
I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm giving you the playbook, and you don't want to read it?
I'm literally telling you how to make my pussy go.
I'm sorry? Okay, cool. I want to end it.
And bitches just don't be wanting to listen, so I feel
they
that.
Don't.
Yeah.
That sucks for them. Wow. Okay, no talking at all. Yep. Couples that need to be together 24/7.
That one actually really made me laugh.
I feel like one this person had like a very specific couple in mind when they wrote this message. And then too, like it's giving a little bitter, but I also understand. Like I'm not hating on y'all on you at all. I get it. It just seems like this was really coming from a personal place.
Pointed.
But like, yeah, I definitely had one of those friends. And eventually the partner just became one of my friends. So it didn't feel so bad that they were always together. Because I was like, I mean, y'all are friends. I mean, like, now I'm friends with your partner. I'm friends with you. So, like,
yeah.
That's cool.
Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it gets annoying.
Yeah, I imagine.
Especially because if I show up to a function and I'm thinking it's just going to be girls' night and your niggas there, bitch, whole night ruined.
Why'd I see a tweet this week that said, if you're bringing your nigga to girls' night, does that mean we can all fuck him? And I was like, absolutely. That's the new rule.
That's literally why I brought
If he's coming out to the club, you better buy all the motherfucking drinks and we better all get to take a swing.
Yep.
Because that's the only
way. You better take one of them honeys, bitch.
I'm fucking dead. The last one is no foreplay, which absolutely. Literally no reason. That
Once I heard that analogy where it's like whenever you're just take raw dough and put it in the oven and turn the oven on, that's not how you do it because your cookies come out all sticky and weird and overcooked and shit. Preheat the oven. It says that on all the packaging. Preheat the oven to 350. Treat my coochie like an oven. Preheat that shit before you put anything inside it.
I know for a fact, and like I've seen it with my own eyes. Multiple niggas go ahead and preheat the oven and then put the meal inside, and they're like, "Oh, it'll warm up while it's preheating."
No,
that defeats the fucking purpose. Give you a time because it's the time it needs to be at 350, not the time it needs to be from 0 to 350 and then 350 again.
You bitches are weird,
and that it shows in the sex.
Yeah,
it shows in the sex.
You bitches are weird.
You guys are weird.
Preheat the pussy before you just bang that shit.
Thank you to everybody that responded to our Instagram posts.
Seriously.
They be in the episodes. So just, again, I stress all your pleasures _ follow us on motherfucking Instagram. You know, we're going to wrap this bitch up because we've been talking to you for a minute now. Okay. Yeah. But if you want more of us, you can also follow us on TikTok, all your pleasures _ and you can email us at Gmail. The link will be in the description box.
Absolutely.
Put a comment down, rate us on Spotify and Apple Music and shit. We love you, and we want you to love us. That's really important. So, do you have anything else to say?
Nah, bitch. It's okay to be icky. It's okay to have icks, is what I mean. It's okay to have icks. Embrace your icks and set your standards to what your icks are.
I know that some of the things I do were on Lex's list, and I noticed that.
Really?
Yeah. Don't talk to me.
Which one?
I know I'm serious about
There
this.
was.
And then, so.
Please don't ever do that to me again.
Like, you know, it's just, we all have our icks. We all have things that we do that are icky.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about how, you know, our partners react to that. And if they are reacting crazy and they don't at least give you the benefit of understanding you before they leave, then maybe they're just not the partner for you.
Word.
Not been the partner for
I was you were looking at me like I dipped. I was like, bitch, I'm still sitting right here. What the fuck?
Anyway, we love you so much, and we'll see you next week.
All right, bye.
Bye. Hush, hush.